Gobble, 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 gobble. I'm gonna win a turkey call contest. That tree's coming down in 1 week. Splitting open right there. The other side. I'd originally set up my camera in my truck to film the company that was going to do the work on the afternoon they were supposed to show up. They had a vehicle problem though and had to reschedule for the next day. So that old Hackberry got to see one more sunset. The tree taker down there showed up early. Not even 8 o'clock yet. Yeah, I wasn't ready for it, so I didn't have any camera set up. Therefore, I had to resort to the shirt pocket cam, and wherever it might get pointed. That was unexpected. The weight of the guy that was in the tree is what made that go down, because he had been standing on it. So it was in a lot worse shape than we thought. I ran like a chicken to hide behind the truck because I didn't know whether that tree was going to hit that power pole and knock that transformer down. And 7,200 volts is nothing to reckon with, nor the weight of that thing. As it was, the tree got tangled up with the line for the phone and cable and wasn't tall enough to hit the power line, and it thankfully didn't hit the power pole either, just the guide wire for the pole. So now they're going to have to support that branch that's sitting on the lines while they cut away the branches that hit the ground that are holding it up right now. That little skid steer is pretty darn powerful. It's a good thing that guy in the tree up there was not in the part that fell down. And that everybody else was able to get out of the way before the tree fell on them. That's the owner that's on the skid steer. He took charge of the situation so he wouldn't put anybody else in jeopardy and to avoid any further damage. Otherwise, the kid that's up in the tree, he was the one that had been standing on it, and thankfully he was able to step away and move his line before the half of that tree went down. Again, the reason why I'm doing this shirt pocket camera thing is because I didn't want to be out here flailing a camera around these guys when they're doing dangerous work. And since I was denied the opportunity to stage cameras, that was the most expedient thing I could do. I've always been fascinated by the work these guys do, taking down trees, and I wanted to get a video of it. Yeah, those old hackberries, they're a beautiful tree, but they grow a very poor structure of limbs, and they're also susceptible to the disease. Out of the 4 hackberries that I had at one point out there, I'm down to just 1 right now, after this one. Go ahead. Any other hackberries I might have are still in the woods, since plastic seem to grow like weeds in the wild. Doesn't this remind you of some movie in 1996? The guy told me that chipper can take logs up to 19 inches in diameter, and replacement blades for it cost $500 a set. I've only had one other tree taken down professionally, and they used a bucket truck. So this Kittison tree now is all they've got. I asked him about that. He says, I climb all the trees. Ain't nothing but another day's work.
Maybe you can give me a bid on it, because
that's the first time that's ever happened. That's the first time that's ever happened. I know this is dangerous work, man. We had one a while back. A lady was worried about a tree. I looked at it on a Friday. I'm like, we'll get it done Tuesday. She texted Sunday night about midnight. It already came down. It's laying on my house.
Alright, they're making short work of that tree. They're going to be done shortly. Got the main trunk down now. Well, part of it. But I've asked them to take out this tree right here. So, it's going to cost me double. About the same price for each tree. But I've been anticipating this for a long time, because my house is right here.
For this video here, I had my phone sitting in my bedroom window, and it's looking through a screen, so the resolution is not that great. Plus, I'm filming in the portrait mode. I might have to borrow off that to make some landscape views later in the video. had my dash cam in my truck over in the grassy area to get this view. Watching these guys work together is like the very definition of teamwork, which is definitely important in what they do. They seem to be a crackerjack team. The guy in the tree obviously taking priority, but being ever observant on what's going on down below. And the guys below knowing what he's doing up above, while also remaining aware of where the skid steer is going to be. All of them have to have their head on a swivel, obviously, while working in a very hazardous environment, and at the same time operating some extremely dangerous equipment. You have various attachments for that skid steer. As you saw there, it looked like a big broom. It was a very wide wire broom, probably suitable for proper driveways, which I do not have. I don't think it did much use on my gravel driveway. He also has a bucket that he carries over there occasionally to pick up leaves, to take them over to the chipper to load them in there. The kid by the chipper who's wearing a gray shirt, same color as the owner's. And I asked him, "You're wearing the same color shirt as the owner. Does that make you in charge of something?" He said, "Nope. It's my first day on the job." Well, at that point, I was thinking he ought to be wearing a full orange suit so everybody knows where he's at. Yep, that young man that climbs the trees, he knows his ropes. I think before he came down, he tied a large diameter line to the tree. And you'll see why that is in a minute. They laid their logs out there so when this main trunk of the tree falls, those will absorb the impact. Now I couldn't hear what he is saying, but I'm sure he's mentioning to the others just how hollow this tree is. That will increase the danger level exponentially. It kind of hit the mark. It was off a little bit. If I had any complaints at all about the equipment they use, the skid steers, dropping large trunk on the ground like that, dropping limbs on the ground, which It's going to happen. You're going to get divots from the limbs falling. As for the skid steer, it did a lot of scouring of my yard, and I don't have the best yard because it's in shade. But things that was running around back and forth on those tracks, it scoured it up pretty good. The aftermath of that was that it had a lot of dirt instead of grass where they've been running that skid steer. So it was fortunate that it was dry weather so they could drive their vehicles where they could without getting in the mud, but unfortunate because, well, the grass is already dying due to the current dry conditions, so the grass is probably not going to come back this year anyway. This guy was saying that this is the right call because he saw the rot in the tree, plus, in fact, that his chainsaw was telling him that there was weak spots in the tree. Taking down a rotten tree is definitely not something for an amateur. Look at me, I waddled out there, take a look at what they did. I believe we'll be waddling back into the scene here in a second because I want to get pictures of the stump and of that trunk that they knocked down. Now they're going to dump those chips out where I told them to. You wouldn't know it without being there, but that's quite a significant downhill grade he's backing up to. Wow.
Tree.
Tree branch.
I've never done a video in portrait mode like this before, but that's what it deserved. And 2 trees down, my day got a little bit brighter, and my credit card took a huge dump. Good grief. Have a good day.
Taking a dump probably wasn't the proper term. I probably should have said took a big hit, which it did. Probably the cost of several appliances for a home, but it had to be done.